All right. Welcome back. Today I'm doing something very, very irresponsible for two reasons. I'm test driving 3 cars I've never driven before, one after the other, an hour each. And also, it's irresponsible because one of them I really like, and I'm considering getting one, but there's so many limitations, but we'll get into it. Go ahead, my fossil fuel driven friend. Look how a car can instantly change your personality. All right, so the first one is Model Y. We're sitting in a Tesla. It's electric. It's amazing. Life is good. And it's also the most sold car in Europe in 2023. And I know that these go by the dozen each day. I'm seeing more and more on the street. So I thought, okay, I've been hearing it. Now I want to actually feel it. So first thing first, Model Y is spacious. It's very nice. It does have decent quality material, which was one of my worries. And maybe we'll talk about it in the last one that I'll test, because Tesla is going through a generational change. Yeah, they're improving on their quality. And if some of you know me, great. If you don't, I drive a Toyota, a Corolla Estate or station wagon, many different names for it, but also a little bit raised version of it. It's called Trek, the Trek edition. It's really nice. Maybe I'll include it in the video. I've sat in Teslas and I've also seen videos of it, so I know that there were some concerns about the quality of it, so maybe I'll just go through it after I'm finished driving it and just have a look. But my first impression is, yeah, it's a good car. It's a very weird rubbery feeling on the steering wheel. It's got nice visibility all around. I'm in downtown Budapest, so it's not like I'm going to be able to floor it here. And yeah, there's also the fact that there's no display in front of the driver, but I've known that feeling because my first car was a Citroen C4, which didn't have a display. It only had one in the middle, so it's a fairly familiar concept. What I'm not going to be able to test is what it's like on a long journey, so my plan is that eventually it's very bouncy, that I might be able to maybe rent one and just see how it is on like a road trip. I noticed that this is set up for one pedal driving, so as you let off the accelerator, it has pretty severe regeneration, which I've done a bit of research and I know that it's not something that you can choose anymore, I believe. So that's it. I'm not even sure what mode this is in. It's a bit overwhelming the first time you drive one of these, is this whole system, and it's not physical buttons, and this one still has stalks. So there's a version that doesn't have stalks anymore, and that's a whole different situation over there. Let's see what it says. So 77%. Okay, it'd be great if I could see how much that 77% means. Oh, there it is, 405 kilometers. That's not bad. I'm gonna see what it's like to park one of these if the Mercedes driver was a little bit. Whew, this is not my best parking, I'll tell you that much. All right, well, this is exactly why somebody goes for a test drive, is to see what this is like. Let's try that again. Okay, so the mirrors auto move. That's very good. They shift down. Okay, so it just stopped me there. But from my perspective, I've still got plenty of space there, no? Okay. A little bit of dry steering for the purists. Fine. Okay, well, I mean, based on what I'm seeing here, we're okay, no? Okay. Good. That's the first few minutes of driving. Got this incredible system here. You can tap on it, it brings up all sorts of menus here. It's all in Hungarian, but you can do your own research on this one. It's a weird feeling. You get used to having your physical controls in most standard cars, and then you're left there like somebody who's learning how to walk. Like, I just wanted to you know, adjust my mirrors, and I realized I've got no mirror controls, so it's always nice. But there it is. I can go mirrors, and now I can adjust using the physical controls, interestingly, so that it suits my driving position. Very cool. This one, you adjust by hand. So it's a little bit of an interesting one. Even the glove box opens via the touchscreen. You have to physically close it. So, okay. Well, I've only got another half an hour or so left. So I'm gonna go a little bit further around. Maybe go back to the main road and see what it can do. See what the noise level is like. Maybe test the sound system. So I'll just let you enjoy it. Let's go. It's a little bit bumpy roads. You hear some rattling in the back for sure. To the point where I think my camera is turning. Wow, okay, I need to adjust that in a second. Let's see, I need to overtake the cyclist. It does have that Tesla power for sure. Oh, look at this. That's a testament to electric engines. So the good thing about having a Tesla is it's as much software based as it is a physical car, and so you got controls in the car that are continuously evolving. And so, for instance, one of the things I really wanted in a car for a long time is to have just one quick shortcut that brings up all the cameras in the car. So Tesla's done that in a recent update, and now you can just have your cameras whenever you're driving. And so, yeah, a lot of times that helps. Also, you may have noticed, if I indicate, it presents the corresponding camera on that side, so you can actually check your blind spot. You don't necessarily have to have a little LED light up, but in the new one there is. The new Model 3 has it, so cool. Why don't we go over to the Buddha sides, which gives us a little bit of an opportunity to go up to 70 kilometers an hour, I believe. Let's see. Wow. I would have appreciated if this BMW didn't hit me in the lane. Okay, but it does have power, and that was the legal speed limit, so very, very cool. It does rattle in the back, which I don't understand, because this car is empty, and it does have some sort of cover in the trunk, but I have no idea what's rattling. And that's one of the things that concerns me about the current Model Y. Sure, it's selling like hotcakes, but when I compare it to the car I drive daily, it's not there yet. And all of a sudden I lost 5 kilometers worth of electricity, basically, so. It's nice and stable. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going to lose control at any point. Oh, it definitely has power. Okay, well, let's maybe turn around because I don't really want to be late. Going back to the dealership because I got 2 more to test, which is really nice. I don't know if there's a limitation on this. Can I just come and test Teslas every week once? That would be silly, no? Back in the day, I worked for Apple, and they did a research on how many times the average customer comes in before they end up buying a product, and it was 7. I'm sure that's not the case anymore, you know. That was sort of pre-YouTube influencers. A lot of this research is done online, which is sort of understandable. But if I were to buy one of these, I'd sure come in a few more times before signing anything. Cool, we're gonna head back, and when I'm there, maybe I'll tell you how I feel overall. Peace. I'm sitting in a Model X, which is absolutely the car I would most like to have. It's got this weird yoke, is what they call it, instead of a steering wheel. Reminiscent of the Formula One drive, which is what they want to tell you, but unlike the Cybertruck, which has a new steer-by-wire and 4-wheel steering, this car really is huge. This one, oh, my love, did you not see me? You can drive a car as big as this and people will not notice. Okay, first things first, I need to find a place. The family that brought this one back from testing, let's see, oh Lord have mercy. They were late, so I've got roughly half an hour. I don't want to be a nuisance. It just gives me another excuse to say, oh yeah, I need to come back another time, you know, I didn't have the full potential. So here's what you need to know about this car I'm sitting in. It's 2.4 tons, and it's exactly that many seconds to reach 100 kilometers an hour, 62 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, I believe is what it's rated for. It's nuts. It's a 6-seater. If I get the opportunity, I might try and show you, but if not, I might just add some photos. It's got captain's chairs in the middle. It's got a second screen here. It's got entertainment, so if you're hauling around, you know, 4 passengers in the back, they can watch a movie. It's incredible. It's fitted with all the latest and greatest, but it is around $110,000, $120,000, which is an absurd amount of money. But the next half an hour will tell me if it's justified or not. Yeah, I mean, it's got this amazing Tesla vision, and you've got a display ahead of you, unlike the previous one, the Model Y, which I didn't really feel like was, I mean, is it justified having the sort of title of most sold car? I mean, sure, it must be a great deal, but I didn't feel wowed. This has got a huge glass here above my head. It's amazing. First thing that you notice is, yeah, no stalks. So you gotta indicate by pressing a button on the not steering wheel, but it's called a yoke. It is spacious, absolutely spacious. It feels, might I say, it feels better than I expected. I got some carbon fiber here. Yeah, squeaky. It's got the white leather. Everybody's obsessed with this white leather, but I mean, I can already see it's stained. So this is stuck. I'm not sure if this is supposed to bounce back. Maybe if I push this one back? No. Somebody bought a sticker for this. I could take it on the highway. I can't. This cannot be real. This doesn't bounce back. Okay, so we're just gonna go to a parking lot in an industrial estate, which is where, in the first episode, if you're a return visitor, hello, that's where I showed my pal Barney what it's like to fly a drone. And it's also good because nobody really bothers me there while I'm looking at this beautiful car. It rattles. It rattles like our 2010 Generation 3 Prius. I can't really say anything else. This one and the Model Y, both of them rattle. I'm not sure how much the mics are picking this up, but it's weird. It's annoying. Now, I'm not sure what mode this is in. I'm pretty sure this is set to the fastest one because the previous guy was trying to launch it. Come on, dude. Let's see. Everything's in Hungarian, which, contrary to popular belief, is the harder... Oh yeah, it's in plaid mode. It's harder for me to understand, so... Cool. Why don't we just put it into sport, see what the difference is. Where's the battery percentage? I mean, if anything, that should be on... Yeah, thank you. See? It is a smart vehicle. It tells you, because it recognized that it was a green light, that I should move myself. Okie doke. Oh, I'm trying to miss those bumps because it's... Oh, why does it make this noise? And I checked, there's nothing in the back of the car, so... Okay, we quickly jumped through here. Now you see it canceled my indication. It's smart. It's got sensors and it's using them. And that's one of the major differences when you drive a car that's built from the ground up to be smart and to be software driven. Is, yeah, sure, it's annoying not having stalks because it takes a while to get used to, and why do I have to press it to cancel? But it can use its sensors to auto cancel the indicator, so that's really good. Not ideal to test a car that has 1,020 horsepower to be sitting in traffic. But I don't have much time and I want to go somewhere so that I can look at this car from the outside and test all the different positions that you can take in it. So steering is really direct. This is a big car, but it doesn't feel big. And I know a lot of reviewers say that, but I know what they mean now. I think it's safe to say if it comes to daily driving and you've got somewhere to charge this, there's no reason why you shouldn't take the opportunity to have one of these. It's great. Even now it says 403 kilometers. I mean, that's enough to go to the Austrian border and back. Even if you go to Vienna, you can take a 20-minute charge and come back. The only issue I see is if you go somewhere where the charging network isn't so good, or if it's a long drive, you know, 12 to 1,500 kilometers. If I want to visit my relatives in the Netherlands, I'd have to stop, and I checked 6 times, including the last 3 stops, which are 40, 50, and then an hour. 40 and 50 minutes and then an hour. That's excruciating when you're like 150 kilometers away from your destination. You have to stop and charge, which, you know, it is what it is. You can just charge less at the last one, but then you'll arrive with a near empty car. So it's like, yeah, the logistics are a little bit different when it comes to longer road trips. But then again, that's just my theory. So I might have to, you know, I might be forced to rent one of these and see how it is. The ride itself is definitely quieter than the other one. This one also has adjustable suspension, so very cool. I can just go on it really low, and not sure if that's visible, but I just descended. The entire car just went. And now it's pumping it up. So cool. Adaptive suspension. Very, very cool. It's much better for city driving. Okay. Let's see if the blind spot system, very good. It tells you, highlights it in red. Visibility is excellent. I was surprised to see the Model Y with all the, you know, headrests down as well. Visibility is not very good in the rear view mirror. And these aren't digital, which is a weird cost-cutting measure, I believe. But yeah, you can always view the cameras on here for sure. But just in general, if you want to just use this traditional rear view mirror, the X is much better, especially with these captain's chairs. It's beautiful. It comes to a halt one pedal driving. It's really, really nice. It rattles like a taxi. And that's constantly in here, I can hear it. Maybe I'll just let them have a little distance. And then, Jesus Lord. This thing is outrageously fast. Oh man, that person almost drove into my lane as well. Okay, cool. So now this is good quality to road and I hear nothing. Very interesting. Okay, very nice test for the cabin noise again. Okay, let's see. So apparently you swipe. Ooh. You can still park with one hand. That's very nice. Now, okay. Tells you to stop. Very nice. And I hit here, and the car's parked. Let's check it out from the outside. So you put the key card here, but if you got your phone set up, you don't even need to do that. And then you're driving around in this beautiful configuration. So I think that's the only livable configuration. I think with the 7 seats it will be way too much. But let's walk around the car, press a button, and it takes a little force to open. And this is why this car still gets the looks. You've got these falcon wing doors. If you got 6 people to haul around, you can comfortably sit here. It's extremely dirty, but hey, it's a test car. And you can also climb in here, so you don't need to actually move this, which has a button. You can actually just slide in here. Yeah. Can I sit here with my legs straight? No. But you do have some space here, and all 4 of you can watch Netflix. I mean, really, what more could you ask for? Yeah, trunk space. Let's have a look. Can't help but notice that this is also clicking and clacking. So yeah, with the 6 seats, doesn't seem that spacious, but you can put 2 larger suitcases here, as well as, yes, you've got just as much space down there, so you can put 2 suitcases there. So you can go 4 suitcases. Then you can put maybe a couple of backpacks over there. These seats can be adjusted with a button and a push. And you've got more cargo space for the days that you're not driving that many people around. But I still don't get what's all that noise while you're driving. You know, is it just bad assembly? I don't know. There's also no way for $120,000 for you to electronically move these back. So go there, hit the button, and then force the seats back in their position. It is what it is. If this is your first time ever seeing a Tesla, they do have what is known as a front trunk. So cool, we talked about the space in the back. But it does have space here for a couple backpacks or maybe 1 or 2 smaller suitcases here. So yeah, that's extra storage. Is that considered closed? Probably not. There it is. So cool. Let's close this. So let's close the door. You can close it here on the pillar. You can close this door. You can hit that button there. There's also a button here. That spoiler is not an active arrow, so you can't move this. It's constantly up. And this is where you charge it. Beautiful. Probably not the way you need to close it anyway, but yeah, so it's beautiful. It's really, really good. I mean, it's the ultimate fun machine, really. If you can afford one of these. I get it. I totally get it. Despite all the clicking, clacking stuff. All right. Look, immediately, phantom indicating. So this is the latest and greatest, supposedly. Model 3, Highland, long range, it's got 2 motors. It feels different. It feels different immediately. When you get in it, it's just straight away feels like a premium car. The textures, the finish, the fact that nothing rattles. I just pointed out to one of the employees here at Tesla that the center console and the storage doesn't bounce back. And they're like, oh yeah, wow, another one added to the list. This one, however, works. Automatic lights, bounces back nicely. Don't know why everybody keeps it open. Magnetic, as opposed to whatever solution they had in the previous gen. I don't immediately notice that it's quieter, but it feels entirely different. The black interior is definitely what I would get. Forget all the forget the white interior. Come on, it's nasty. Lights. This is new. Ambient lights. Ooh, look at this. The most ridiculous thing, right, is that you can't help but play around with it. It's useless. It doesn't add much. But I can imagine at night, it's very cool. It is very cool. Rear display in this one as well now. Let's put it to red. Red's quite prominent. What color is that? It's pink. Very, very cool. Now, can I change it with voice commands? Change the ambient lights to green. Unclear light command. Maybe not. Okay. Don't really have time to fool around with this. I'm gonna put it to green. Let's go green, right? Beautiful. Accent lights on. Oh. Adaptive high beams. Recent software update. Not as strong as any of the German counterparts, come on, let's be honest. But it is what it is, and it's good to have. Pedals and steering, standard. So this doesn't have any of the super duper fast modes. Not sure what that beeping is, but okay. What was that? Is that a new EU regulated warning when you go over the speed limit? Interesting. Okay. I've got around 45 minutes with this car, so maybe we'll find a spot, get out, have a look. Same way as we did with the X. Unfortunately, we didn't have with the Y, but frankly, I don't feel like that's my car anyway, so. All right, very good, because we can now come to a full stop, not using the brake pedal. Awesome. This long-range model has got 17 speakers from what I've read. It's got 1 or 2 subs as well. So, again, not going to play music because I don't want any copyright issues. But take my word for it, it's good. Traditional sun visors. Ooh, look at this. This is a mixture of old and new. It doesn't have any of the show off of the Model X. It has better range than the Model Y. Yeah, I mean, potentially this is the best one you can get. And the steering wheel is just miles better than any of the other models. Okay, let's see what this car has. There's more of a, this reminds me of those V8 Mercedes-Benz accelerations. It's linear, but yeah, definitely, I mean, lots of power there. If you punch it, it definitely kicks you back. Super, super good. Nowhere near as ridiculous as the Model X, that's for sure. Okay, why don't we just pull over here for a minute? Okay, as we can. All right, I'd appreciate it if this person let me finish. Very good, thank you. Very good, this high fidelity parking thing. It just gave me so much more info. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, I can see that I'm within the lines. Very, very cool. I wish more manufacturers did this. Ooh, and I can go higher up. As ridiculous as it sounds, it reminds me of Porsches. The old Porsches. As you can see, the body extending from the lights back. Yeah, super cool, super cool. Let's check it out from the outside. Okay, power trunk, very nice. Loads of space. Excuse the bad audio. But yeah, loads of space here. Do you have under, yeah, another storage underneath. For an everyday driver, this is more than enough. Yeah, it does open like a sedan now, so you don't really have that lift back advantage. But it's a gorgeous glass extending over here, which is also good for somebody who films themselves, because you can film and mount cameras with suction cups. So yeah, you can see there's so many cameras that you can view now. There's one here, there's one there. You can remotely monitor these in the app. So these are very, very, very cool. The car just switched its lights off. It's gorgeous, man. Yeah, of course, it does have the front trunk, or frunk as it's known. Please don't be a psychopath. Just open it like this. Alright. Oh, no. Please, no audio. And no accidental indication. Oh, Lord. Okay. Can I open front? Yes, this one does it. Very cool. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a backpack. Small suitcase. Not much more. But again, this is not what that car is about, so. Cool. Let's see what it's like in the back before this person hits me. Oh, dude, yes. Yeah. Got a nice screen down here, which is in, yeah, there it is. Ambient lights even in the back. You've got seat warmers, so yeah, heated seats. So cool. And you can move the front passenger seat. I'm assuming if nobody's sitting in it, you can move this, which is quite cool. You can move it back too. So nice. So yeah, that's what happens when hardware and software work together. It makes sense. These are now touch capacitive. Very, very cool. These headrests are integrated, so they're not adjustable from what I see. But let's see how much space we have if we put these seats down. Again, press to exit. What would be very cool is if they integrated the blind spot monitors and the doors would have a lot more resistance if something was in your blind spot. Audi used to do that for sure. So can I put the seats down from here? Maybe not, actually. Because that's not what that is for, that's for sure. Ah, okay, here we go. That's one. Yeah. I mean, if you're taking home a piece of furniture, as long as it's disassembled in a way that it doesn't require much height, you can still do it. It's still doable. All right. Let's get back to driving. Okay, back in the car now. That's good. Very carefully pull out here. Swipe, drive away. Thank the driver behind me. Cool. Yeah. I think this car, if Tesla's marketing it, and I don't know what the slogan is for it, but the slogan should be night and day. Night and day difference. Pretty huge. Look, I can go over this bump and it's no big deal. I can't help but shake the feeling that there is a car that's double, there's two cars that are double as expensive as this and nowhere near the quality. And that's exactly what the people at Tesla told me. Yeah, would it be nice to have a Model X? Once it gets updated, yeah, sure. I mean, I see the appeal. But this thing is enough for 99% of the population. And you feel better. I'm sure that if you buy one of these, you feel better because you didn't spend as much and you got the latest and greatest. Oh boy. Yeah. Seatbelt is hugging you. It's, yeah. That's enough, man. For sure, that's enough. Let's go that way. I don't really want to go out on the main roads because all you do is sit in traffic, really. One noticeable thing with this is they've put the horn back in the middle and they rearranged the buttons here, which is absolute welcome change. Okay, I'm gonna let you have this one. Nope, thanks, bud, especially because he's on his phone. All right, bumpy roads, no rattling. I can feel the double glazed windows. Ah, okay, yeah, okay, that's definitely the speed limit warning. Bumpy roads, no drama, no rattling. In fact, it's even quieter than our Toyotas. So make whatever of that you will. I think that's the same road I took with the Model Y that way. Maybe we'll see how that high fidelity parking works again. All right, speed bump. Oh. What is this? It handles it so well. And yes, that guy just checked out the car. So there goes my theory. Maybe that will go with time. I think it will pass as people see more and more Highlands, especially because last Thursday or Friday they got 100 of them. I think they handed over most of them. Yeah, but I'm not gonna stop smiling when I see one because this is a purpose-built car, and I think so far nobody's caught up with Tesla in exactly that holistic approach that Apple did. Hardware and software developed in-house, working together on a purpose-built platform, and it just works. I think there's a few companies that really do it well. Thank you so much. That was very nice of you. That's beeping because apparently 5 kilometers an hour is the speed limit here. I'm sure you can switch that off, right? Oh, I just switched it off. Because it's as simple as that. I'm very positively delighted. It was a good experience trying these three, and I think I did it in the right order as well. I don't see the hype with the Model Y. I'm not hating on it. I think it's a really good value. But also, I don't really think anybody who wants a good investment is buying a Model X or a Model X anymore. It rattles. It's a different assembly altogether. Yeah, not into it really. So yeah, I think in conclusion, right, let's be all formal about it. I think what's really important is this next generation of Tesla cars are going to catch up with the premium brands that are reliable. And there's very little on the complaints front when people drive these for 100, 150, 200,000 miles. So I think there's no issues there with the drivetrain, and the efficiency is unmatched. The acceleration is fun from even the standard ones or long-range ones. If you can pay for the extras, hey, go for the plaid models or whatever else. But you don't need to. I think 99% of the population would be happy and would sustainably drive with these. And the quality and comfort is an entire level up. And at times, it's better than the Toyota, which is what I use as a frame of reference because that's what I drive on a daily basis. Yeah. I like a car that just works. Stop indicating. How cool is that? The whole Tesla vision showing all the pedestrians and cars and lights and stop sign. It's cool. So yeah, try one of these. Also, I just booked 3 test drives in a row, unsupervised. They might check these cameras and laugh at me, but hey, it is what it is. And it's awesome that you can do this. So kudos to Tesla. Very reminiscent of the Apple times. Come in, try it, do whatever you want with it. Just don't break it. It's a good life philosophy. It's a good business. It's a good business attitude as well. So cool. Awesome. Catch you in the next one. Electric cars? Yeah, do it. I don't see I don't see the perspective of getting a plug-in hybrid because really for a realistic range of 20 to 30 miles, you're carrying around a whole bunch of weight. Combustion engines, you know, I don't think there's any normal car out there apart from Toyota hybrids that I would drive, that I would trust, and that I think are worth what you're paying for. A lot of the purists are going to hate on me for that. And yeah, electric ones, this one makes sense. In fact, overall, when you look at cars, this one makes sense because it's software and hardware working together. And when you've got companies like Volkswagen a few years ago stating that they are becoming a software company and that their focus should be around the software experience, these guys were a decade ahead. So here we are in 2024. I'm going to try and drive some of their competitors, some of the big ones, some of the small ones, see how it feels. But I think it's great. I think Teslas are a fun experience because it's constantly changing. It's ever evolving. Yeah, it makes sense. I get it. I totally get it now. This was my first experience really driving it more than just a few minutes. And I drove 3 of them, one after the other. So I think that gave me a good perspective. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer it. According to the Tesla employees, I know more about it than they do. But I'm not claiming to be any sort of a wizard around it because I don't own one. But who knows? You expose yourself to better things and you work towards it. Good. Catch you in the next one. And yeah, thanks for watching. It's been great. Ciao.